Welcome back, everybody, to another Voice in the Void episode. Got your host, Mr. Brandon here. Then today I got a special guest with me, Miss Lady V.
Hey, hey, hey.
So, um, I'm gonna go ahead and let you do your little introduction of yourself. Tell us who you are, how you became Lady V, and I guess whatever else you want to share with us.
Right on. So, hey everyone, thank you for having me, Brandon. I'm so truly, truly grateful. I am your favorite. See, I'm gonna tell you I'm your favorite because I don't want you to think I'm just natural or ordinary, okay? I'm your
Mhm.
favorite spiritual release coach. I teach the individual the roar method, and trust me, it was not easy to get there. So I live true to who I am. I'm a real lioness, so I am a Leo, and I live everything I do, I really try to be and be my best that I can
Okay.
be in everything that I've done. Even when I was in the streets, even when I was younger, I still wanted to be the best version of me that
Hmm.
I could be. And so now I am a spiritual release coach. I'm an author. I am an evangelist. I wear many, 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 many hats. I'm a publisher. I help an author consultant. I help individuals get their book and their stories told as well. So what I like to do is, like I said, I have a creative storytelling and transformation firm, meaning that you could tell your story and transform your life all in one walk. I'm almost better than Allstate and Walmart put together, okay? And so I make sure that you get to really live in your truth with no judgment. No no hesitation, no feeling like you have to shrink your story or not tell your truth. Because in order for us to really help somebody, we have to be honest, not just with us, but with those that we're trying to help.
Hmm.
And if we're not going to be honest, we can't help somebody else through
Right.
what they may be going through. And so I believe in really truly using my story to help somebody be a better version of them. And so
Okay.
that's kind of how I got Lady V. I used to be Lady V in the streets, and now I'm Lady V business. I'm a better version of Lady V. You
So
know,
Boss Lady V. That's what it
that's
is.
right.
Boss
You know
Lady
what I'm saying?
V.
What they say, I'm royalty. So please put some respect on my name, okay?
Oh man.
But yeah, so it was a difference, but that's who I am in a nutshell. So I am your favorite spiritual release coach.
Okay. Okay. Also, I know I mentioned it before we started, but uh I noticed and I seen that you're going through the fun fight right now. Uh and on and off. I'm gonna say because it looks like you're winning. So with lupus, which how many like for those who they don't know what lupus is or even experiencing being around people with something like that, what is it and your best way to explain and how are you so glowful, I'm gonna say, with the fight?
So I'm really glad that you asked me that because this is Lupus Awareness Month, and so I am a lupus advocate as well. Like I said, I wear many many hats,
Mhm.
and lupus is actually almost like cancer,
Uh-huh.
except for it's a little bit trickier because lupus, it fights your good cells, which makes your good cells feel like they're bad,
Okay.
and they're not. And so, which means that your body is always fighting itself. And that's what I do. And you can have skin, you can have the joints, you can have the inner. Well, for me, I have the skin and the joints.
Oh, I wasn't aware that it attacked like multiple variations. I
Yes.
like I knew it was something that attacked your body, but I didn't know it was more or less separate aspects.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So it has the skin part where some of us can't be in the sun too
Okay.
long. Yeah, we can't be in the sun too long. Like for me, if I'm in the sun 10 minutes, I done started blistering.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
and things my skin starts to blister and do some weird stuff and burn and all kinds of stuff.
So you a
And that's
vampire.
exactly, exactly. So that's how I feel like I only can come out at night. So if you don't see me during the day, don't worry about it. It's just lupus.
Just shining bright in the moonlight.
That's right.
Just
That's right.
shining bright
So
in the moonlight.
and then you know, people don't know that, but the reason why lupus is in the shape of a butterfly, why the symbol of lupus is a butterfly, is because
Mhm.
it actually forms on our skin and it looks like a butterfly. Like
Oh,
sometimes I'll get it on my face and it'll look just like a butterfly right here on my cheeks, or
okay.
sometimes along my chin right here. And so
Okay.
I was always cautious because one day I just woke up and I went from the girl who had flawless, beautiful, gorgeous skin to my face was broke out and I had all these black marks and black stains on my face.
Okay.
And I woke up screaming bloody murder like you would have thought somebody had just killed me. Like, I could not believe I thought somebody had pranked me, like, somebody
Mhm.
was playing a horrible, horrible trick, and I
Yeah.
just was like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?" And I was like, for a long time, I was like, I didn't feel pretty anymore. I didn't feel like I was that girl anymore,
Mhm.
because for me, I was the girl that was drop dead gorgeous, like,
Mhm.
I had everything, I was her. And
Mhm.
sometimes God have to make us see the inner beauty, not
Mhm.
just the outer beauty. Cause I couldn't see the inner beauty because I didn't even know I had any
Yeah.
at all. I only seen the outer beauty. And I was
Okay.
like, you can't tell me nothing. Baby, I thought I had it going on, this, that, and the third. And sometimes God have to humble us.
Yeah.
He really has to
Unfortunately
humble us.
unfortunately, he can whoop you and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing, nothing. And it don't matter how hard you try to stop it.
Uh-huh.
If it's coming, it's coming. And
Right.
it came with me with a vengeance. And let me tell you, he peeled this whole side of my body out, just peeled it off.
Mhm.
And I got it back though. I done passed it back together because, baby, I had to tell you a lot of prayer, okay, and obedience.
Mhm.
That's what it was because I literally thought that I was dying. See, lupus is hereditary on my dad's side, on my papa's
Okay.
side. But he had told me 3 years before they diagnosed me that I had lupus, and I was like, "I ain't got no lupus. You ain't gonna tell me that I got no you ain't putting that on me." You know, we like to always, be the extras with it,
Yeah.
and I blacked out in his bathroom,
Mhm.
just blacked out. I was getting dressed, and I just blacked out,
Oof.
and I had already been sick, and I couldn't figure out why, like, I was just deadly sick. And he kept saying, "You need to go have them check for lupus." And I was like, "You're not, I'm telling you, I don't have no lupus. You're not putting that on me." Well, yes, I did. And it was killing me. It was taking over my body with a vengeance.
Mhm.
But it was laying so dormant where they couldn't see it. It wasn't reading or detecting on the test
Okay.
that they were doing.
Mm.
See,
Okay.
people don't know that lupus patients, we really just guinea pigs to figure out what they can do
Yeah.
because they really have no idea. So the reason why I'm an advocate is because I had to learn how to be an advocate for myself
Right.
because they were literally killing me with the test that they were doing that almost stopped my heart 3 times. They
Oof.
with the medicines that they were giving me that damn near killed me, you
Mhm.
know? So it was these things that I just was like, no, I had to learn this. And meaning that I had to finally learn my body. I had to learn what was triggering me. I had to learn what was helping me. I had to learn what was what was really standing in my way of
Mhm.
why I could not heal, why I could not overcome what this was.
Right.
And eventually just learning my body and figuring it out and going through this journey. Because when God puts you on a journey, baby, He puts you on a journey for a reason.
Mhm.
And I was on that journey. And in that journey, I had to do a lot of things, but in that journey, I had to get to know me on a deeper level, on an emotional level.
Right.
And so he was teaching me how to heal myself and stop depending on the doctors to heal me.
Right.
Like so many of us do, we depend on the doctors to heal us, and in reality, they don't know. That's
Mhm.
why that's why they call it medical practice.
Yeah, because 'cause they're learning along the way. Mhm.
Exactly.
And a
'Cause
lot
they
of
are
hospitals
practicing on you.
yeah, they're poking and prodding, and they don't even know what they're poking at, they just know they're doing it.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, a lot of hospitals nowadays are, they're a teaching hospital as well, so they're literally learning as they go with certain patients unless they have majority detail. But first, I want is that with why you have all the butterflies and your images
It
behind you?
is. It is. That's the
Okay.
reason why you see I have a lot of butterflies. This is my queendom room. That's what I call it. And yes, that's the symbol.
Queendom.
I have butterflies tattooed on me as well. I got one there. I got one there. I got one on back. I rep who I am,
Mhm.
you know?
Yes.
Um, at first, the butterflies for me meant growth.
Mhm.
And this was before I knew I had lupus.
Okay.
And
I
then
would
when
have
I
thought it would have meant, between growth and change because
exactly.
butterflies go through some wonderful changes, well, good and bad changes. So, and it
Exactly.
seems like you kinda went through that venture yourself as well. Still going through that venture.
Oh, yes. I mean,
Um,
first of all, we're gonna always go through that venture until the day
yeah.
we close our eyes. If you ain't going through that venture, then you done what they say, you done already got too big in it. You you
Yeah.
know, what my grandmother used to say, you too big for your britches.
I've heard that a lot. I still hear it sometimes. I still hear it from my wife majority of the time, but yeah, no, that's a thing that I've heard since I was a little kid. Um,
It took you back there, didn't it?
a little bit, yeah. If it would have been in my grandma's voice, I would have thought I was in trouble again. um, so, I know you said obviously when you have those the breakouts, they hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So, so when what type of pain would you compare it to if you could compare that?
Whew, it's really hard because everybody experiences something different that has lupus. So all of our bodies are not the same. So, but for me, I actually burn on the inside. It's like being
Oh,
on fire on the inside of my body and can't put it out. Yeah.
all right.
And,
Well,
and you just
that's what
be
I was
like,
thinking, but that just sounds terrible. And I'm sorry you got to go through that.
yes.
But
And it's an
I mean,
everyday thing.
it made it to who you are today, which is obviously you're the advocate, you're a boss lady, you're making your way and helping make a change in other people's lives as well. So
Exactly.
you can only ask so much, right? You can only
That's
do
it.
so much in
You
whatever
can
you
only
can.
do so much. It ain't enough hours in the day to be superwoman.
Yeah. Hey, if that was your job, oh boy, you'd have way more lives to try to save than the ones you're already potentially helping. So we ain't calling you no Clark Kent yet.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
um, so also I know you said you're a life coach. So what do you bring as a life coach to help people? And I see it says spiritual and couples, which I believe you said as well in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, what do you bring or expect others to bring to you when you are in that predicament to help someone with what they're going through?
First of all, you have to bring the real you.
Mhm,
I tell you in the beginning, will the real you please stand up? Sometimes people be looking at me like, what? And
mhm.
that's because they get confused because they're like, I think I want to stand up, but in their
Yeah.
mind, they don't know if they should
Mm.
or which version of them is standing up.
Are you
And at
talking
that,
like the full expression of self, like showing
yes,
fully yourself without
yes,
any hidden with
no
no hidden
hidden agenda.
flaws?
Yeah, no hidden anything. Because at the end of the day, if you bring the imposter you to me,
Yeah.
you're working on the imposter you. You're not working on the real you. So you're giving me a version that's not healing.
Mhm.
You're just giving me the same version that you keep giving the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And that's the imposter you.
Yeah.
Until we start literally standing up and being the real us, we
Mhm.
cannot heal because we're not healing the real us. And for me, I am the girl who is down there at the bottom of the barrel with all the sticky stuff, the stuff people don't want to
Mhm.
get to and don't want. See, that's where you can find me. And I don't mind telling you that that's where you can find me. It's not because I'm at the bottom of the barrel, it's because that's where the problem, the root of your problem,
Mhm.
that's where it lies. And until you can honestly be honest with you, you can't heal that. The
Yeah.
problem is that's that mountain. We just keep going over the mountain, just covering it up and putting the rug over it and thinking
Mhm.
that it's okay. Ain't nobody gonna see it. Well, it's okay because ain't nobody gonna see it. Oh, it's okay. It ain't gonna see it. Now you got this whole mountain of a molehill that you can't climb over. And you
Right.
can't climb over to the other side because it's too big. But once you start to literally tackle that stuff, tackle that junk, and start cleaning it out and throwing it away and tossing it out, you realize that your molehills start to go down, and now you can actually cross on over.
Right.
See, you don't know that you're a priority because you got all this stuff standing in your way. And
Mhm.
until you can overcome that, you'll never know the real you.
Yeah.
So what I do is I teach people the roar method. They said, well, Lady V, what's the roar method? Well, first of all, in order for you to be the greatest version of yourself, you have to learn how to roar in your greatness. First, you got to release,
Mhm.
meaning that it's time. That's the first thing that you have to do. You cannot, people always thinking that, oh, I can heal by touching this, touching that, touching this, touching that, touching this. No, if you're just touching the stuff, you ain't did nothing. You ain't healing.
Mhm.
You're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
But when you really start to release it, now you start to heal. Of
Okay.
course, there's some stuff you don't want to touch. But if you don't touch it, you don't grow. You don't heal. You still in that toxic place that you've been in. You're still in that dark place that you really don't want to tell nobody, that you just mask and put the smile on and hope don't nobody see that I'm breaking
Now it
on
feels
the
like you're
inside.
attacking me a little bit because when I just told you a little bit ago. I'm just playing, I'm just playing. But no, for real,
I'm the
it's
toe
almost like
cruncher. I'm the toe cruncher. I will tell you that. That's the reason why
mm,
I'm good at what I do because I am the toe cruncher. And sometimes it makes you feel like, is she attacking me? I know the hell she ain't. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
Because I want to see you grow. I want to see you
right.
be the best version of you. And
Yes.
until you literally go down there and pull it out, you know, you can't,
Mhm.
you really just, again, you still giving that imposter you. You're not
Right.
giving the full, authentic who you are. And so many times, that's who Lady V was. I was literally sitting up here lying because I was, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I'm all that. I love some me. I love me. I love this. I love, baby, honey, let me tell y'all something. When God snatched it off, I realized that I did not love me at all.
Mhm.
But you couldn't tell me that I didn't.
Mhm.
And I realized that if I truly loved me genuinely,
Mhm.
wholeheartedly, like God tells me to love me,
Yeah.
I would have never put up with half the stuff I put up with. I would have never accepted half of the stuff that I accepted
Right.
because that was not love.
Mhm.
It was more hurt. And I was adding this hurt onto me, believing that I had to accept these things in
Yeah.
my life. Thinking that I had to, in order for somebody to love me,
Mhm.
I had to accept what you were going to give to me.
Yeah.
And even if that was the bare minimum, I was willing to take it to have you in my life,
Yeah. Yeah.
which for a long time, I didn't even know I was being abused.
Mhm.
Somebody actually had to tell me, baby, don't you know that you're in an abusive relationship? And I said, no, I'm not. They said, well, why you feel like you're not in an abusive? I'm not, because he ain't beating on me. He just getting on my damn nerves. And he
Yeah.
said, no, no, no. See, you so traumatized from your own trauma
Mhm.
that you don't even realize that somebody else is adding their trauma to you. And you're
Mhm.
accepting it because
Yeah.
you feel like you have to. And in reality, you're being abused and you don't even know you're being abused.
Yeah.
Because
The
to
mental
me,
abuse.
exactly, it was just an everyday thing.
Mhm.
I'm used to going through this mental abuse. Everybody I've dealt with in my life gave it to me.
Mhm.
So I don't know any different.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that, oh, well, and no, I had to wake up. I had
Mhm.
to know that I am a priority. I had to know that I am loved, that I am worthy of being loved. I had to know that I am more than enough. And I had to know that, but I didn't. Because if I had of, I would have never accepted what I
Yeah.
did. I would have never stayed where I was, but I did. And that was a choice because I didn't know any better.
Mhm.
But now that I do, see, it's a difference between being a lady in the street and a boss lady.
Mhm.
And now that I know because I changed my mindset, I changed the way I look at things, the way I got tired of looking at the bay picture in the right here, this little
Mhm.
square, and thinking that, oh my gosh, when there's a whole world out here that's just waiting,
Right.
you know? I couldn't see that because
Mhm.
all I could see was this little picture window that I was handed
Mhm.
because that's what people want you to see.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep looking in that little bay window, you think that you're doing something, not
Yeah.
realizing that there's so much more beauty outside of that bay window, but you will never touch it and grab it because your mindset haven't changed. So
Yeah.
you don't
I
even know that it exists. You don't know that real love really exists.
Mhm.
You know, I had a message that had came up on my what's the name one day, and this is I thought, oh, this man, God sent me this man. Oh, this must be my husband. He sent him to me. But what he said was, there's somebody who's gonna come to you, and if you look deep enough, you could find love. So here I am. The man came to me. I'm thinking, oh, okay, well maybe this is, da 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 da. I marry him.
Mhm.
I married him for stability. For I married him out of spite, and he married me for stability. All wrong in the first place. It was wrong, 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 wrong. All wrong in the first place, right? But in my mindset, I was like, "Oh Lord, but you said if I look deep enough, I could find love. Like, how much deeper am I supposed to look for this love that this man ain't never gonna give me?"
Right.
And then it dawned on me, you know how the light bulb just pop on and you say, "Oh, you an idiot."
Mhm.
I felt like I
Sometimes you
was
gotta change the light bulb, that's all it is.
exactly. I felt like I was on idiot test at that moment. And I just was like, "Oh, oh, you sent him to test me, Lord. Okay." He wasn't supposed to love me. He was
Mhm.
supposed to help me find the love that I was supposed to find in within myself.
Right.
That if I look deep enough, meaning within me,
Mhm.
I could find the love that I was looking for. And it wasn't in man. And so many times that's what we do. We look for love in man,
Uh,
in woman. You know, oh, she got a big booty and a smile. Oh, I love her. No, you don't. She just cute for that moment, but she really a bitch. I mean,
yeah.
sorry, I hate to say it like that, but
No,
I just,
you're okay.
I
You're
just
good.
had to
I understand what you're saying. I mean,
you know?
there's that saying that you can't truly love someone until you learn to love yourself.
Exactly.
Um, and but that goes for multiple stages. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to accept yourself. You gotta accept your past so you can move on in the future. It's
Exactly.
only you have to know when to and when not to. And unfortunately, a lot of people are stuck in the when and not moving forward with it. So, and I get it because, obviously I told you, I didn't say specifically what, but I have something from my past that I, for me is very touchy because I haven't fully accepted it, but I've accepted it, but I haven't expressed it to everybody. So
Exactly.
like it's one of the things where it took a long time for me to be able to truly love my wife. I've been with her for 14 years, married since 2021, and it it took time, but we both have grown to each other.
Right.
So I've learned to accept on myself. I finally told her some of the stuff that I've been withdrawing from other people, and because I'm the one people come to when they need some type of talking to. Hence, another reason for the podcast, and
Exactly.
um, I'm the one people come to for that when they need some type of advice to help get out of whatever hole that they're in. It's just unfortunately sometimes you get stuck in them holes when you're helping other people, forgetting to help yourself. And
Exactly.
that's how it was for a long time for me. It took time, took a lot of time, but now it's one of those things where I could help you and still know that I need to help myself in the same sense.
Exactly.
So
Because you are a priority.
mm, I took myself as a priority. I took my wife and my kids as more of a priority over other stuff, and
That's right.
it finally helped. It helped me mellow myself out because I used to be severely depressed. I went through severe anxiety for a long time, and it felt like once I made that official change, like when we moved down here to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
I left everything that I felt was holding me tight,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like weight falling off my back. And like, don't get me wrong, I still talk to some people from up there. I still talk to family, stuff like that.
Of course.
But I don't have to be like when they reach out to me to tell me about whatever BS they might be going through, I can click. I don't have to listen to it.
Exactly.
And I've had to explain it to my wife and a couple other people because I do a thing where I listen, but I don't. So I can let you talk for I can let you talk for hours. I'll listen to certain pieces so I can respond, but I pick and choose what I want to hear. Because why would I want to put all that newfound stress on myself from dealing with what you got to deal with? I'll let you rant to me all day. You can tell me anything and everything. Most likely, I won't remember a majority of the conversation, but it helps. So it's just what it is. Like this, it's a great reminder. Being able to do the podcasting, it's a great reminder that everyone's life is different.
Exactly.
Everyone goes through different experiences. You can learn from these experiences. There's you're battling lupus, you're expressing how your life has been battling with that since you had first come and learned about it to deal with it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then one of my last episodes, my sister-in-law dealing with cystic fibrosis. She's been dealing with it her whole life. She's been through two double lung transplants and within the past 10 years, 8
Wow.
years, I wanna say.
Mhm.
Um, then you got, I have, boxer buddies that they're changing their ways. I got, uh I'm building new relationships with people I never knew
That's right.
based off conversation that I can relate to in a sense.
Mhm.
And I find it interesting. I can finally get to the point where I can express myself as well as hear the expressing of other people.
Exactly.
And like I used to be very big. Like I was never a shy person.
Mhm.
So I used to be very big on doing whatever I wanted. And
Hello,
and
friend.
right. It took a long time, but getting to the point where okay, like over the past I want to say about 10 years I have built within myself some sort of anxiety from it because I haven't expressed myself like that in a long time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um but I've learned how to change my way from it and kind of get back to it cuz I still say what I think. So that
You're
part's never
supposed to.
changed. Exactly. If you don't, somebody's lying to you.
Exactly.
I'd rather tell you the truth than lie to you. For one, the people that are willing to tell you the truth based off anything are the ones that you should have in your corner. If you're
Exactly.
having people tell you what you want to hear, it's
Watch
blatant
'em.
lies. It's
Oh,
blatantly
watch
lies.
'em.
Exactly. And like you got to build around not only what you know, but what you learn.
Mhm.
And again, life experiences. You
Yeah.
go, everyone goes through something different, and you can base it off relationships. And I believe in, so to speak, the generational pass down.
Mhm.
Whether it's
Breaking
from
those generation curses.
e- exactly a generational curse. You have to. It's for you to choose which way you want to go. A lot
Exactly.
of people, they feel stuck, so they're doing things they shouldn't do. And I did this episode not too long ago where we kind of did a small comparison to that, right?
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
the people born in the hills, like the suburbs up in the hills of California, and you know their life has been dealt a great hand.
Man.
But what happens at the end? A lot of time their life goes to well shit. Then you got people down in the dirt. They're born with nothing and they've built themselves up to something.
Mhm.
Tyler Perry to be a great example.
Mhm.
Man had nothing. Um it, it's just it's how true you can be to yourself. You don't have to follow the trail left behind from the people in front of you.
Exactly.
Carve your own path and trust me, where I'm from, you don't leave. You don't go nowhere. And like I moved away. I've started a new expression of myself. I've started to build new relationships with people. I've started to build a new life.
Mhm.
I'm not
Mhm.
wealthy. I'm not wealthy by any means. I wish I was, but I'm
Okay.
not. I'm wealthy as in life, but I'm not wealthy as in wallet.
Exactly.
So, and frankly, I used to think the wealth wise, the money wealth is what mattered.
Man.
And so much will change your mind of that as you go on in life.
It
So,
will.
uh,
It will.
it
Life will make
definitely
you
will.
humble.
Oh, it can humble you in a blink of an eye.
Yes, it
Um,
can.
uh, so I know you mentioned roar. So what can you say what roar itself means? Like
Yes.
I know based off how you have it typed out right here, there's a meaning for each letter.
It is, it is.
So,
So the R is to release, which you gotta
mhm.
do in the beginning. You gotta release all the limited beliefs, the old narratives, the old baggage that you're holding on
That's it.
to. You got to release it. Yes.
Also, I don't know if you see this. So I started with nothing. So I started out with nothing, and I still have most of it.
Okay. I like
It
most of nothing. Okay. I like it. I
yeah,
like it.
I'm still in the same, not the same, but the same.
Exactly. Exactly. That's where I'm at too. So and I
Yeah.
definitely get that so well. So yeah, you gotta release it and let
Yep.
it go. And once you do, once you finish releasing it, now you can start to overcome the obstacles that's standing in your way because you can start to recognize those obstacles. You can start
Okay.
to see those obstacles that's holding you hostage, that's holding you back, that's still holding you grounded, that need where you need to be free. Now,
Uh-huh.
once you start to overcome those obstacles, then you can awaken the rebel within. There's a little boy, a little girl inside of you right now that is just waiting to just be awakened. They just ready to just bust loose and just live their full life to their fullest potential, but it's you that's holding them back.
Okay.
And then once you awaken that rebel, now you can rise to your greatest self. You can rise to your greatest potential. So you say, well, Lady V, how do I really roar? How am I able to release and overcome and all these other things? Well, I tell you what, there's 3 steps that I tell you. You got to release it first, and
Uh-huh.
then you can rebuild. Meaning
Release,
that when you're
rebuild.
overcoming these obstacles, you got to rebuild. This is your rebuilding stage.
Right.
This is where you are actually learning you. Because a lot of times we think we know us and we really don't. We realize that we actually have adapted ourselves to be the person that we're with
Yeah.
or the person that people think we should be. That's who we have adapted ourselves to. So now that's where the imposter comes in because
Mhm.
we've adapted to, say you got a mate. So many of us do this. We do all the stuff our mates like to do, and
Mhm.
we don't like none of it. Or we probably like only maybe 1 or 2 things. But we do all this stuff
Mhm.
because it makes our mate happy. But
Yeah.
we can't stand none of it.
I'm with you with that one for the most
Yeah.
part.
So we're just there, just, okay, yeah, yeah. Lying to ourselves. And then we become that person just because
Mhm.
it starts to become routine. So now we're doing all this stuff that we really don't like to do. We don't even know what we like to do. And the stuff that we think we like to do, we realize that we don't like to do once we start in our rebuilding stage.
Mhm.
You know, roses. I thought I loved some roses. I can't stand roses. Like,
E
you know what I'm
e
saying?
everybody likes a rose until they get a rose bush in the yard.
Okay, exactly. And for me, I can't stand roses. I don't even really like the smell of roses like that.
Mhm.
I realized that my favorite flower was tulips and lilies.
They go to
Those are my
Holland, Michigan, they got Tulip City.
yeah. I realized that that was my favorite flower. But the whole time, because man told me that, oh, they always bring me roses and always rose this and rose that and the rose and rose and rose and rose and rose and rose. I thought I like roses.
Yeah,
And
quick
then I
question on
felt
that. Why
like
is that the flower of love?
E exactly. See, that's what I'm saying, because man, we have been conditioned
Yeah.
and set to say, "Oh, the rose is the flower of love." And in reality, that ain't my love language. The
Yeah.
f You know what I'm saying? I feel like outcast. It smell like boo-boo. Like
I like that. I like that.
You know? Like, I just had to realize
Oh,
that
that's
that
awesome.
was not my favorite that wasn't my favorite flower, like, I didn't even
Mm.
like the smell of them. I don't like them like that. They're alright, but
Mhm.
if you don't give me a rose, give me a purple rose. I love purple,
Yeah.
you know? And purple roses are hard to find, but guess where you can find a purple rose at? Tyler, Texas. It's the city of purple roses.
Okay.
A lot of people don't even know that. I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
that
that.
till I lived there, you know? So I realized, oh, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. The rest of the
Mm.
roses, they all right. They gonna die.
I've just I've been trying to figure that out because no, like my old lady, she doesn't like roses. Like, I'm sure you get them, she'll be happy with them, whatever. But like, that's not her favorite flower. Frankly, she doesn't really have a favorite flower. I've asked her time and time again just to try to get that little detail. She doesn't really have one. So,
She probably
but
don't like flowers.
right, she likes them in the smelling sense,
Exactly.
but to care for her, she's not for it. But and I heard that saying right um about where hang on, I got somebody at the door. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No.
Shit, mom. Are you all right? Sorry about that. My buddy showed up. I
You're
didn't know he
good.
was that close. That's what
Hey,
you want? Yeah.
we
Um.
see it and we like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. I mean, more than welcome. Sorry. All right. So you. I know I was talking about something I can't remember right off the top of my head. Um. But you were talking about the three stages of your the roar. Before I know
Yeah,
I cut you off for a quick second, but
you good. You good.
um, so I know you talked about you said the first one, the release to rebuild.
Hmm.
So what would your second step be? Because I jotted that down. I was making a note based off of it.
Yeah, so you're gonna release, and then once you start to learn how to overcome, then you start rebuilding. That's your
Hmm.
rebuilding stage. So now in your rebuilding stage, you're learning about you. You're learning what you like, what you don't like, what you will accept, what you won't accept. Sometimes we just don't know what we want. But in this rebuilding stage, you learn what you do not want and what you will accept and what you won't accept. Then, after you do your rebuilding stage, you got to rebrand who you are because
Right.
the old is no longer there. You've let that go. It's gone. So now you're rebuilding who you are, which means you got to rebrand who you are. So now when you get ready to showcase the new you, people don't recognize you because you don't look the same. You sound like the same person, but what your movement, what you do and how you move, they not they look at you and be like, I don't know her. I don't know him. Like they acting funny, they acting different. No, you're not acting funny. You're just being a different version of you that they don't know anything about.
Right.
And a lot of times you have to remember that your friends and your family and people that you know get stuck with the old you. They don't keep moving with the new you because some
Yes,
of
you don't.
them can't go with you. So
Hmm.
you have to leave them with the old you. And the ones
Yes,
who
you
can, those are going to be the ones who's going to accept your journey and become with you. Those are the ones who are allowed to be with you. Everybody else that's still looking at you like, oh, he's still the same. Oh, she's still the same. Yep, I sure am. Back there in 1922. Keep it back there. Keep it back there. Ain't nobody got time for this. Like, baby, I don't live there anymore. I don't even live at that address anymore. And if that's the address that you got stuck at, Honey, by all means, I hope that you keeping it clean. That's all I can say about that. I don't know about nothing else, but for me, I don't live there. I live over here in 2026. What they say, catch my drift, catch my level. And when you do that, then we might have something to talk about. Until then, I can't go back there with you.
Right.
So I don't when I'm telling my story, it's not that I'm visiting my past and living in my past because I don't. I no longer live in my trauma.
Mhm.
But how did I do that? I had to release a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of junk that no longer served me. I had to get that all out of my system. I had to be honest with me. I had to know that I was a priority, which I did not know. I had to know that I was more than enough, but I did not know these things. I had to learn these things. How did I learn these things? First Corinthians. First Corinthians. It tells us how to love us because that's God's love.
Mm.
That's how we're supposed to love us. But we
Right.
fail to do that because we don't know that. And it tells us that love is gentle, love is kind. And a lot of times we ain't gentle or kind to ourselves at all.
Right.
We are
Well,
our biggest enemies. We are our biggest critics. I know that I was. I am no longer that person. I
mhm.
threw her away. Now I'm at the stage where I had to give up on my control. And once I did that, let me tell y'all, this is stages to this journey. It ain't you
Yeah.
just jump in there and you just heal. No, this is not the healing pool. You
Yeah, if
got
you
to
jump in the
literally
deep end, a lot of times you'll sink.
yeah, and you will if you don't have the proper instructions, if you don't
Mhm.
have the proper tools in your toolbox, if you don't have the proper person helping you guide you through the waves, if they're not
Mhm.
teaching it to you, you're going to drown. And that's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
happens to a lot of people. So that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, I see a therapist every this and that, and I don't feel like the therapist helping me." Well, the therapist ain't helping you because you're not making your therapist help you
Right.
because your therapist can't help the imposter.
Well, let's be real, you kinda seem like you're my therapist today.
Hey, I'm the people's coach, baby. I'm the people's coach.
Hey, I mean, some people need to hear the things that they're not always able to. They don't a lot of people don't have um, the right people in their corners to express that. So,
Exactly.
and again, that's where this comes in handy. I get to talk to people like yourself. I get to hear different things than I'm used to. Learn different things than I'm used to. Then, I mean, it can potentially help make me a better person, help potentially make you an even better person, which you already seem like you're a really great person. So that
Thank you.
might be a little hard for you, you know. But
Hey, I'm
um
always growing.
oh yeah, if you're not willing to make some type of growth or change, then what are you doing, right?
Exactly. I do want to touch on something because it's sitting in my spirit right now. And this is going out to all my men. You said something earlier and about having anxiety and having depression. First of all, let me say that's a big move of you to be able to say, you know what? I had that. I had anxiety. I still sometimes suffer with anxiety. I still sometimes suffer from depression. That is really a big step because a lot of men do not want to admit that they
Mm,
have anxiety. A lot of men do not want to admit that they go through depression. But let me tell you something, fellas. In order for you to really heal, you got to
mhm,
be honest with you. You so worried that she not gonna understand it, but what you fail to realize is she don't understand what the hell you got going on right now with your foolishness. But if you told her and
mhm,
expressed these things to her, you probably will find out that she can actually help you coast through it
mhm,
and be more understanding of when you are going through something where she's not and getting on your last damn nerves where you really just want to choke her. Okay.
mhm,
So it be honest because there are healthy tools that I tell couples that they can use to help their mate, especially our kings, our men, because we have to understand that we ain't supposed to be the man.
mhm.
But sometimes we are forced into man positions.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why some of us have to be so dominant because we've been forced into man positions. I know I was that one, so yes, I am an alpha female. I know that. I do not deny that. You can tell I come off aggressively. That's why I'm a people's coach. And that's why
Mhm.
I'm good at what I do. However, I also have to understand when it's time for me to be in my sensitive and my feminine era.
Mhm.
So when I'm talking to my kings, I'm not fit to come at you. I'm gonna tell you as an alpha female, but I'm gonna give you my sensitive female era because you
Right.
need that. You need that sensitivity. You need to know that somebody out here really genuinely care and somebody understand what it is that you are going through because our men carry so much weight of the world on their back and on
Mhm.
their neck that we fail to realize that they already carrying a lot less, lighten the load, not add to the load.
Yeah. Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. Because unfortunately nowadays, and sure, some a lot of the time there's females put in the position to become the dominant, right? But
Exactly.
then you have women that are always told that never allow the man to be the dominant. So once they get with the man that is so-called the dominant, it starts to spiral out of control some type of way. It almost never turns out good based off they're constantly doing some type of downgrading to the man, but then they wonder why the man is becoming so negative and so so to speak, verbally
And
abusive
that's
or verbal
verbal
attacks.
abuse.
Yeah,
And men, you do not have to take that from a woman when a woman don't know how to when she don't know how to make you the king because in our basic instructions,
yeah,
it tells us that our men are supposed to be our providers. Our men are supposed to be our king. We have to learn how to be submissive. Not saying be a pushover and be walked on. Please
yeah.
understand that, ladies. See, there's a difference because a
Mhm,
lot of times we look at, oh, I ain't gonna do that because he gonna walk all over me. No, not if you have the right person, because
mhm.
the right man knows how to protect you and protect your heart.
You show the
Whereas,
respect, you're definitely get the respect and the guardianship of it.
exactly, exactly. But we have to learn that every time we think something, we don't have to say what we think.
I
You
might
know,
want to take that in a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. We don't
But
always have to I'm guilty because
yeah.
I am a person who if I thought it, I just said it.
Uh-huh.
And and so let me put this scripture out there for y'all. In our basic instructions, he told us if we thought it, we might as well have done it. We might as well have said it. We might as well. And so I live like that. That's how I
Mhm.
live. However, he also told me to be slow to respond,
Right.
slow to anger. See, once I learned that balance right there,
Mhm.
that's when I started being like, "Oh, okay, let me think before I speak.
Right.
Now, if God put it in my spirit, I'm gonna tell it to you just like a TI is. You might not like it. That's why I tell people my truth is very brutal. However,
Mhm.
I ain't gonna tell it to you if God tell me I can't say it.
Right.
Cause you better know I got to be obedient too. See, cause he convicts me real bad, real, real, real bad. And so
Yeah.
and I will, and because I am who I am, I'm gonna come and apologize. Hey, baby, you know what? I apologize for saying it X, Y, and Z. This is how I should have said that. But it means still the same. But I should
Right.
have said it like this, not like
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I say, hey, I said it because I was thinking it, but I
Uh,
shouldn't have said that to you at all.
mhm.
But I
Yeah.
said it because it was on my mind, and hey, But I'm learning too. I'm always in that learning curve where I'll learn that sometimes I have to shut up. Just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? What your girlfriend say? Just don't say nothing at all. If you ain't got
Uh,
nothing good to say, just don't say nothing at all. And I'm
yeah, I was
learning
just
that
about to
in
say
my
that.
era,
I was just
especially
about to
right
say
now,
that.
giving up all my control. You know what I'm saying? Giving that up, that was hard. Cause I'm used to being like, don't do that. Need to sit there right there. Don't be like this. Be like
Mhm.
this. And now I'm just like, oh, well, honey, if that's what you choosing to do with your life, then hey, you know,
Yeah.
because who am I to tell you what to do?
Mhm.
I can tell you how to do it, but
Yeah.
I can't tell you what to do
Right.
because the choices that you have for your life is your life, baby.
Mhm.
I can't tell you what you're supposed to do. I can only give you the steps to help you become better.
Mhm.
So once I learned that, I was like, okay, Lord, that's what I'm supposed to do. And let me tell y'all something, baby. I started going crazy, baby. On my thing, it says, I'm not bossy, I'm the boss. I had to remember, I had to remember to be, sit down, sit down. This ain't, you don't need to be bossy and you don't need to be the boss. You need to
Mhm.
just sit down somewhere and let God be in control. And once I learned that, I realized that, oh, I got a lot of peace now. I got a lot of joy now. I got a lot of
Mhm.
happiness now because although you call me with all your problems and talk to me for a whole 2, 3 hours, and I probably only heard 10 minutes of the whole conversation, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like, just real talk. I only probably heard 10 minutes of the whole conversation. That's why I ain't good to tell your business to nobody because I probably didn't hear all of it anyway, okay?
Right.
So, and I ain't gonna remember it once we finish anyway, because I done moved on
Mhm.
to something else, okay?
Exactly.
So,
I remember bits and pieces, but that's just so I can know what to respond to.
exactly. Exactly. And I'm good with doing that. That was a mechanism that I had to learn because you can't put everybody's energy on you.
Exactly.
You can't take in all that energy because now you mixing this bad energy with your good energy. It's like mixing vinegar and water. It just not gonna mix well.
Yeah.
And that's what we do sometimes in our relationships when we feel like we owe this person something because I don't want to be alone. I
Right.
don't want to be by myself. Let me tell you something. I'd rather be in peace and lonely. Cause I ain't never alone. Cause God said He'll never leave me nor forsake me. So, baby, believe you me, I am never alone, and I ain't lonely by a
Mhm.
long shot. Because once you learn how to find peace within yourself, you're
Yes, ma'am.
never lonely.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I love my company. I might can't stand you and your company, but I love my company now. Cause sometimes even I used to get on my own damn nerves. I
Mhm.
did. I used to, girl, you getting on my nerves now. But now I can actually sit with myself, enjoy myself, and know that we're in a good place
Mhm.
because I don't have all this underlying foolishness up under my rug. I can actually lay my rug down and look up on it and be like, oh, it's still clean. Okay, right on. And whatever is left up under there, I can just sweep out and be cool. And it's not a whole pile of foolishness that I'm sweeping
Okay,
out.
life
It's just
coach.
a few things.
I said,
That's why
okay,
I'm your
life coach.
favorite.
Okay, that's it. Oh man. Yeah, no, so you got into being a life coach because going through your experience and wanting to help other people?
Okay, so again, this is my truth. I didn't want to be a life coach. I did not. All I wanted to do, y'all, was write my little book
Yeah,
and be an author,
yeah.
and that's it. I didn't want to go into none of this. Everything that I'm doing, I was led into this. I didn't want to do podcasts. I didn't know nothing about no podcasts, and I ain't even. But then it was in my blood. My dad was a DJ back in the day.
Okay.
So music and podcasting and talking and speaking to people, that's in my blood. I ain't never I don't know any stranger. Everybody I've talked to, you're not a stranger to me. It's as if I just met you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I've been knowing you for forever. Cause
Mhm.
I don't meet a stranger.
Mhm.
I'm able to talk. And I've been like this my whole life. I've always been outgoing where I can talk to anybody about anything.
Same here.
And so podcasting, that wasn't what I wanted to go into, but I'm good at it. So I did it. And I've been doing it for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
Life
I
coach.
seen it. I seen it said you're a radio host too. So I mean, look, you got all these different backgrounds to where you can make different types of communication with other people. You got the life
Exactly.
coaching helping people get by. You're you're um you're an advocate for lupus. Like you're doing all these different lessons that's helping people get by. So and
Exactly.
whether it's get by for the moment or get by for the whole week, sometimes a change is a change, and that's all that is really needed.
Exactly.
So,
For me, like I said, I didn't wanna do any of this. I just wanted to write my little book and be cool with it, but here I am, 10 books on the shelf, helping other authors become, what they wanna be and bring them in because I got screwed out of $5,000 when I first started. And that wasn't no just, "Oh, let me just go on my bank account and get this 5,000 for you." No, I had to go and work and do some extra stuff. I had to do something strange for a little piece of change to get this 5 racks for you. You know what I'm saying? So I could do what I wanted to do, and I did that, and I just was like and when I got it, I was excited, but it was not what it was supposed to be. It was
mm,
raggedy.
yeah,
And then 6 months later, they closed the whole business. So I couldn't get no books. I couldn't do anything. I thought my whole life had just and God said, "No, I need you to learn the business and then figure out how to do it on your own." And so I did it. So now I make sure that other people don't get screwed over out of their money for a bad product that they really can't do nothing with. And I give them what they deserve and I make sure that it's quality,
yes,
not
ma'am.
quantity. And so I give that to them because I do what my grandmother used to always say, "Do unto others as you want others to do unto you." And so I treat everything that I do just like that. So
Yeah,
if I can help one person, sometimes we worried about them 99 sheep. I can't worry about the 99 sheep because they already think they saved.
yeah.
But I need to help this one sheep over here that really needs it, that really wants it, that everybody done shunned out
Consider
and
the
make
black
them
sheep.
feel like they have no hope. Nobody cares. That's
Yeah,
why I love your show. I love what you're doing. I love the name of it because it gives people hope. It makes people feel like their story is not in vain, that they have somebody that will listen, even if it's one person.
hmm
At least they know somebody heard me.
yeah. And that's
Somebody
what this
heard
is all about. It's just I want to help people get whatever the story might be out that they can. Like the lupus, the my sister-in-law with the cystic fibrosis, people growing up in all different types of abuse to like whatever type of abuse it might have been. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
understand.
Coming from nothing to having 10 books on your shelf, as you say. And for one, 10 books, I know you said you had the one. I didn't know you had 10. That's a even bigger accomplishment. So, if you don't mind, what are your books? Do you
So
do you know the names
yeah.
of them off the top of your head, or you gotta go look for them somewhere?
No, I actually know them, and hey, I got 2 of them already sitting by me that I actually keep by me. These are my latest that I actually put out. So boom, there go Warrior Women Hear Us Roar. This is
Okay,
actually my very first anthology on my label, and we actually did a conference that I actually hosted and produced and everything by myself. And so I
okay.
am truly, truly grateful for this project right here. This was one of those things where God told me to do something, and I was like, Lord, how am I supposed to pull that off? I did. I did. When you be obedient, you can do it. And this book has 12 women about their stories, about the things that they went through from abusive relationships to burnout and baggage to having a testimony to losing their moms and dads and all kinds of stuff. Like we were fighting
Mhm.
while we were producing this book. Let me tell you something. This book, and the reason why it's God's chosen ones, y'all see it, it's that's
Yeah.
those are the authors, God's chosen ones. The reason why he gave me that and told me to put it there like that. The reason why is because in this journey, while we were writing this book, literally 5 of us lost our dads last year
Uh-huh. I'm
while we
sorry
were
about that.
writing this book. I just happened to be the last one that lost their dad. And they were just like, "I don't know how you doing it, Lady V." And I was like, "Psh, baby, the show still gotta go on. Like, yes, I'm missing. I know, you know what I'm saying? But the show still have to go on. Like, we can't stop now. We
Right.
have to
There's
keep
always time to
pushing."
mourn. There's always time to
Exactly.
mourn.
Exactly. And so we had so and for me, I look at death a little bit different than others because he tells it in our basic instructions to let the dead mourn the dead, to
Yeah.
let the dead bury the dead. Well, I ain't dead.
Mhm.
So I couldn't bury him like that. I had to bury life
Yeah.
and bear fruit. That's how we keep their legacy, their love going,
Mhm.
is that we don't die with them. We keep going and keep their legacy alive. And so that's what I did through this journey. So this is one of my probably one of my favorites that I've done. That's on
Okay.
my label. That's on the EMP label is Warrior Women Heroes Roar. And of course,
Okay.
you know, every good course has to come with the workbook. This is my workbook. So yes, and as you see, I have my notebook in it. Why? Because I work in my own workbook. If the person that's coaching you ain't willing to put in the work, leave them, dump them right now. I don't care if they're a therapist, a coach, what, psychiatrist. I don't care. If they don't have a coach or they don't have a therapist and they're not willing to put in the work, dump them. For me, this is the workbook. It's called Awaken the Rebel Within. Release, rebuild, rebrand your voice. That's what we're doing. We are releasing, we're rebuilding, and we are rebranding who we are. We're no longer being silent to us. See, it's not about just telling it to the world, but it's being silent with us. We've been silent with us for way too long. And so,
Yeah.
what I love about this workbook is that it does have some questions in the beginning. As you see, it has
Okay.
questions in the beginning that I always tell people to answer. And of course, you're not going to be able to answer all the questions, which is good because
Mhm.
this way now you when you're working through the workbook, you are learning to about you so that you
Mhm.
can go and answer the questions in the front. And so this workbook lets you start where you are right now, where you
Okay.
are today, right now. So you don't have to start in the front, you don't have to start in the middle, you don't have to start in the back. Wherever you're at, sometimes I just flip the page and open it, and I'll be like, okay, God, this where you need me to start. This one is called our affirmation mirror.
Okay.
So this is about giving yourself affirmations, looking in the mirror, saying, this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't reflect on you, why you can't talk good about you. This is your opportunity to be able to do so. So it has different, different what's the names? Like, let's see which one is this, because I'm already this is where I'm at right now. Stop and smell the roses. So many of us don't stop and smell the roses. We don't smell the
Mhm.
we don't take the time, and it's just a metaphor. And as you see, I actually have all the different flowers right here. Sorry.
Okay. No,
I
you're
have
okay.
all the different flowers right here, and then I give you what they are about so that you can know because you don't know what flower you like. Maybe you realize that again, like me, you don't like roses. Okay. But maybe you like the tulip, you know? And the tulip is perfect love. It gives you comfort. It's elegance. It's grace. So I give you the meaning of what each flower holds and,
Yeah.
give you a reason of why you should like the flower that represents who you are. Not
Mhm.
represent me, but represents who you are. And like I said, a lot of times in our life, we don't stop and smell the roses. We don't take
Yeah.
time to enjoy life because
Yep.
we're too busy with kids. with the whys, with the this, with the that. We gotta work. We gotta this. We gotta run over here. We gotta jump over here. We gotta dive over there. And we miss just stopping, breathing, and just enjoying life and smelling the roses right now. So
And
that's
I
that's
like
that's two
that.
of them. And of
I
course
like
I
that.
got poetry, I got self-help books. I'm actually redoing my memoir now that's actually gonna drop in July. I'm actually redoing it. And so it's gonna redrop in July. It's my very, very, very first book, the one I was telling you about that was garbage. I'm actually redoing it for my
Okay.
50th. This is my 50th this year. So I'm
Okay.
celebrating me. I'm learning to celebrate me, even if nobody else does. I'm celebrating me and I'm doing
Yeah.
it my way. That's my journey. That's where
Hey,
I'm at right now in it.
hey,
So
that sounds like a great journey so far. And
it's worth it.
10 books in, you're helping people, you're helping just helping people get by. And whether again, I don't know how many people you have met other than yourself. I'm assuming quite a bit that has lupus in one. Or how many people you've met that's trying to become an author themselves. Like
Mhm.
I'm sure you have inspired some people in some type of way. When you're telling your story, you're telling it from your heart. It sounds
Exactly.
like you're telling it from your soul. So,
Right.
and frankly, I so far I think you would have to be one of my favorite guests that I have had because you everything you are saying seems so real. It, and you're still pushing yourself through. You're still pushing for the next step and trying to help other people get pushed by at the same time. So
Exactly.
I appreciate you giving me the praise for my show, but the real praise goes for you for showing up, for telling your story, helping whether it's for one person that listens or sees this to everyone. Again, to express your story, share your experience. That's all for one, all I ask for. And I feel like you've given it to at least a part of the extent. I can't say you've given me the full extent because obviously, you can't really get to the full extent in an hour. But
Already.
that just means we got to work on a part two.
I am so up for that.
So, um, I really do appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you telling your story.
Hey, hey,
And I'm hoping everyone else does as well. Um, yeah, hopefully I can get you back on here. Because
you
again,
will.
you were like so far you seem like my little therapist in its own. So uh you seem genuine and I really like that. So hopefully I can get
Hey,
you back on here with me.
hey,
Um
anytime, darling. Anytime. I'm always available. Just holler at me. Like V, I need you on my show. I'm there. Just let me know a date and time. As you see, I'm coming in early. What you need?
I got you. I got you. Do you have anything you want to shout out your shows? Uh, you've already shouted out two of your books, three of your books.
Yeah.
Because I know you mentioned redoing one of them. So, uh,
Yes, it's
I
coming
don't
out
know.
July the 1st. It is going to drop. It's called Living the Fast Life One Last Time. They said, well, why is it called One Last Time? Because this is going to be the last time that I redo it, okay? I'm not redoing this book no more. This is it, baby. So I'm living the fast life one last time. That's it.
Mhm.
And we going to put it up. And hey, what you get is what you got. And baby, I'm not revisiting this book no more. I, you know, so so make sure y'all go get that. And of course, you can always find me at Linktree at Lady VENP Elliott Night Professionals. That's my
Okay.
company, Elliott Night Professionals. I'm the Elliott, and my business partner, Jasmine Knight, she passed in 2020, so I kept her. And together we were professionals, so I never changed the name. I continue to hold it down, and I continue to rep her and do whatever is called to make sure that her legacy still lives on. And so it's Elliott Night Professionals. You can find me.
Okay.
Again, you can also find me on the two gone, the number two. So see, I'm just like you. Instead of number one, I got number two. So it's two gone, too long, judgment free network where we spread love through the land and we give you different topics where I come on and I give you my story. I talk about my story. I tell you a little bit about my journey and I give you scripture with it to understand how I was able to process what I needed to process so I can get through it because I couldn't get through it no other way.
Right.
And so I
That's real. I like that, especially keeping on night on the back. Um, that's cool
yes,
because
you got to.
a lot of people would have changed it and to help keep her name going on and help someone that helped you get by as well. I'm assuming y'all partnered together, so y'all helped each other. So
Yes, yes.
that's real. That's respect. So
Yes, I kept it, and so I'm truly grateful for it. And so I just do what I have to do. And so we got the Ladies Love Lounge coming up on Monday, and then we also have a show for couples, and it's where my bishop and my first lady they actually I all I do is run the board, honey. I'm in the background. I don't do nothing. It's your show. It's on my network. I just run the background, and they've been married for 45 years. Yes, this was their 45th anniversary this year.
that's a
And when I
long
tell you,
time.
they stick exactly, and they still look at each other with that teenage love. You just look at it and be like, dang, I love you. They still look at each other just like that, as if they just met each other yesterday. Like they still look at like they in love.
Mhm.
You be like, oh, I need that kind of love right there, baby. You can still look at me for 45 years and still be like, oh, you still get googly eyes? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So they actually talk about marriage and having kids and different things, and all kinds of stuff in their marriage and how you can actually build a healthy marriage too. And so I love their show is the last Friday of the month. And so we do that, on Mondays we have the different shows as well. So I try not to I used to be on every day, baby. Honey, when you live in the fast life, you learn how to slow down, baby. So I had to slow down, okay? Because
I
I
had to
couldn't.
slow down a lot.
Exactly, exactly. You get on here, baby, and you be popping them shows out quickly, and you think you're doing something, and then you realize you got burnt out. And that's what
Mhm.
happened to me, and I ended up having to rebrand my show because it used to be called Fast Life on the Move, and baby, we
Okay.
was moving fast, and it was some fast stuff going on that show, and I had to stop it and rebrand it like, y'all ain't no, we ain't doing this no more. I'm done. And so I get all about that, and so that's
No,
my
that's
show.
it's kind of comical you said that because you remember how I told you I rebranded my other podcast, right?
Mhm.
So that show, it used to be called Lee's Smoke and Spoke
See?
because my middle name is Lee. I was smoking all the time and I'm just speaking. And I had another buddy that was on it with me. His middle name was Lee as well. So it just
See?
worked. And so we are smoking and we are speaking, but we wanted to make it like we were high when we made the name. So and it was one of the things that just fit at the time. But
Exactly.
we're smoking every night. We put up an episode every night, and I was like, "All right, no, I should have paced that out, and it would have lasted a lot longer." Instead of like, "Oh, I gotta record again, or I gotta do it again," because now I have nothing coming up next week. Everything just came out,
Exactly.
and in due time, I got real burnt out from it. 2 years later, I rebranded it. Rebranded this one, which was actually this one originally was actually a gaming chat,
Mm.
which it was just recording off my phone, whatever I was playing on my phone. Just
Right.
like a BSing around type thing. Not too sure what was going on, but I made it work. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's all it was. So rebranding made it more possible. And my other show we're putting out at one point it was like 2 to 3 times a week, or there was one point we were putting out 4 times a week. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna space it out now so we don't have to record as much so we can keep it moving.
Right.
And now since we slowed down a little bit and the other co-hosts have become very busy, that one's slowly dying out now that we're not recording all the time. So that's where my channel comes in. I'm giving it full attention on top of that whenever I get the chance to, but I'm not pushing that one as much as I was.
Right.
Now
Right.
I'm pushing this one. I have guest booked until July 15th as of right now. So it it's pushing it through, and it's more people I could have ever thought to talk about. Right now, if I recorded everybody just on the list, I could, and the goal is to post 2 times a week. And if I did all that and I set it up 2 times a week for each of them, I could probably make it until March without recording again.
Already.
And it's one of the things, and again, I'm just starting up with this, like, it's still fresh. It's
Mhm.
fairly fresh. Like, I think I've only put out 5 recordings of this show,
Okay.
but it's
It's
the
been
thing,
wonderful.
it's been
Wonderful.
doing wonders lately, and it's doing better than I thought it was going to, first off.
Mhm.
But I I started pushing it, and again, I have the right people with me, so they're helping push it themselves as well.
Nice.
And when it it's helping out a lot because they know what type of change I've made personally, and the type of change I'm pushing to make for not only myself but others.
Right.
And here we are. Now I get to talk to wonderful people like yourself. I get to again share out the stories of people that I find interesting in some type of way. Again, I looked at your profile, I think, for probably about 30 seconds when you first reached out to me, and I was like, all right, here's this. And now we're here. So we've never met each other before. First time talking was 5 minutes before we started recording.
Yep.
And I mean, we just talk like we've known each other forever.
Because we
So
never meet a stranger.
exactly. Like somehow, some way, everyone you talk to, you've met some type of way. So,
Mhm.
but I am gonna go ahead and call it there. I'm let you get on with what you gotta do. I know you're a very important boss lady.
Yeah, this is my chill day, so I'm chilling today, okay? You were the only thing and the only person I put on my schedule because I normally don't do anything on Saturdays because it's my only day off. It's my only day to chill. It's my only day. And I was just like, it just kept ringing. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it on Saturday. I was like, I don't know. Okay, if that's where I'm doing it, that's what I'm doing. And you're the only thing and the only person on my schedule today. And so, honey, when we get done, I'm gonna tell y'all now, baby. I'm supposed to go transform again back into my pajamas, put my feet up, okay? For real, baby. I transformed 15 minutes before the show, baby. Let me tell you.
Uh,
15 minutes before this, baby, I was in my in my pajamas, okay? Hair all over my head. I did not care. It was not braided. It was not laying down. It was just looking a hot mess. I
I
did
mean, I
not
got
care.
mine put back right now because it's wild.
Okay.
So
So see, you feel me? So, sometimes we just gotta, throw a hat on it and keep it pushing and do
right.
business. And then when we get done, we can go transform back into our sweats and pajamas and, hair all messy and whatever it is we want to do. And we can be
Yes,
okay with
ma'am.
that.
Yes, man. Well, I appreciate you fit me into your schedule. I mean,
Hey,
uh,
thank you for the opportunity. What a wonderful show.
I appreciate it again. I it's It's almost like a dream in some sense, because again, I get to talk to new people, get to know their stories, and that's all I want. And it doesn't matter if other people wanna listen to it, that's fine, but I get to do it because what I wanna do. So,
Alrighty.
I
And you good
appreciate
at it.
the I appreciate the praise, I really do, and I wish you nothing but the best with the book coming up, the redo of the book coming up, I should say.
Is that
Um, I will try to reach out to you and potentially try to get a copy for myself. Um, I might as well. I don't mind showing the love. So,
great?
uh,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
again, thank you, Miss Lady V. Hopefully, I get to have you back on here.
Hey, anytime. All you gotta do is, hey, message me, say, "Lady, I need you on," and I'm there. Don't even worry about it. Just, I'm on what they say. I'm Johnny on the spot, baby. I got you. So thank you again. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the opportunity of allowing me to come and share my story on your podcast as well. And I wish you nothing, nothing, nothing but the best. And hey, go hang out with your friend and tell them I say, turn it up for me.
But he can hear you. He said it right here. But thank you. I appreciate it. And we plan on having a couple little drinks. So, um,
Already.
well, I'll
Turn
go
up
ahead.
for me.
Well, I'll make sure I have a drink for you then. Um, again, thank you for joining, and bye, everybody.
Lady, love you.